I challenged my brother to get a quicker Mario Odyssey speedrun time than me, after we both have not played the game for over a year.
Let's go!
I started my speedrun and began a new save file. The run started off rough as I fell off the bridge, but after that I made a quick recovery and started to climb up the Cascade Tower. After I made it to the top, I quickly defeated Topper and went on to the Cascade Kingdom, where I got the first moon, and then was able to perform Dino Skipped perfect first try.
No way.
After getting the Mad and Brutal triple moon, and the one moon on top of the ledge, I went on to Sand Kingdom. In Sand Kingdom, I took my typical route and got all of the moons. However, I missed the bird and failed Jaxie Skip, which led to my time being slower than it should have been. As I went through Lake Kingdom, I had very minor flaws. The only real flaw that I had is that I missed a trick jump at the beginning. Other than that, everything went perfect and I did the brutal fight well. Lake Kingdom went great.
Nice. You did the cool strategy.
Moving into Wooded Kingdom, I was feeling very good, as I hadn't had any major time losses, and I was on pace to get a fairly decent time. My only slight problem in this kingdom is that I actually ended up getting an extra moon, because I purchased a moon from the shop for 100 coins that wasn't required. After that, I climbed up the tower and beat Spewer in a 1v1 battle. Then I had enough moons to go on to the next kingdom. In the first Bowser fight, I was able to perform the fast cap strategy where Bowser is not able to escape, and I finished him off after only 3 hits. Once I fell into Lost Kingdom, I ended up failing Klepto Skip a lot of times, but I eventually made the jump and was able to get most of the moons in the kingdom. As I was collecting the last moon in this kingdom, this happened.
Oh. Okay. Oh.
After much trial, I was finally able to get the moon under the bridge and advance onto Metro Kingdom. When I entered into Night Metro Kingdom, my previous speedrunning experience helped me know exactly where to go, and I did everything almost perfectly. Surprisingly, I was able to climb up this tower without falling down a single time, and I defeated Mecha Wiggler in only 2 cycles.
Okay!
After I ran up a hill and met Captain Toad, I jumped in a pit. Snow Kingdom has some of the most cool trick jumps in this game, and even though I wasn't able to perform Snowdram, I was still able to acquire the moons I needed in a quick way. Snow Kingdom was a very quick kingdom, and the only mistake I made was going in the wrong rooms at the end. Seaside Kingdom went exactly as planned, until I got lost for like a minute. Luncheon was mostly perfect, but I did die a couple times. In Ruin Kingdom, I ended up beating the dragon with only 1 heart left to spare. Then, I went straight to Bowser's Kingdom. By the time I reached Bowser's Kingdom, I had forgotten where to go, and I was very confused, so I tried to gather as many moons as possible. I even went as far as to buy one from the shop. The boss fights in the middle of the kingdom were very close, as I only had 1 heart left, but I ended up winning both fights on the first try, so it wasn't a big issue. What was problematic, though, was the boss fight at the end of this level. It took me 5 minutes to beat it because I kept being slow and inefficient. Because I wasn't using the fast strategy, I kept getting damaged and had to run around to get hearts. This led to my time being very slow, and this was probably the largest time loss in the entire run. I had finally made it to the final kingdom of the game, so I sprinted over to the Sphinx and performed Mooncave Skip, and was ready to fight Bowser.
There we go. Got the fast thing.
With Bowser defeated, all I had to do now was make my escape and finish the game once and for all. My final time was 1 hour, 50 minutes, and 41 seconds, and that was the time that my brother was going to have to beat.
Now it's my turn. After my brother's run, I was confident that I had the skill to pull through and beat him. Go! From the beginning, I was off to a pretty rocky start, making lots of rookie mistakes, but after a few struggles... Man, these I'm not used to these controls anymore. Mario, get in the door. Speedrun moment? Oh, speedrun moment. Okay, never mind. That was not a speedrun moment. I was able to get past the Cap Kingdom no problem. After a rough start in Cap, Cascade Kingdom was exactly what I needed. Overall, not many mistakes here. Just collecting moons, Dino Skip first try with some questionable hitboxes. Defeating Madame Brood and traveling to Sand Kingdom. In Sand Kingdom, I forgot about some moons and chat had to remind me of them. But other than that, the run was starting to go more smoothly. I was still making mistakes though. I can't remember, is this what I'm supposed to do? Okay, well... Record pace me. No! Man. Are you actually serious? Now it's Lake Kingdom time, and my brain kind of just died here. I collected 2 moons that were completely unnecessary, then forgot where all of the other moons were, then proceeded to fight Rango anyways just so I could get any more moons at all, but then I accidentally spent almost 3 minutes on him, and that was just it. Oops. Woody Kingdom is where my run starts picking up fast. I made almost no mistakes, and the route I took to get the moons was pretty optimal. Eat a rock, stupid. And I didn't take very long fighting the Brutal, so that's a bonus. Oh yeah, it's Metro time. Totally. Boom. With Bowser out of the way, it was Lost Kingdom time, which actually took a lot less time than I expected. I had the whole thing done and ready to go to Metro Kingdom in only about 4 minutes. That surprised me a lot because I remember Lost Kingdom being one of the hardest kingdoms for me, but I guess it's not anymore. After the success of Lost Kingdom, Metro Kingdom was a mix of good and bad. Some things went incredibly well, like me getting the Mecha Wiggler fight first try, but other things went incredibly bad, like me continuously missing a trick jump. Okay, it's not that much of a time loss. Snow Kingdom wasn't a very notable kingdom. I didn't do too good, I didn't do too bad, moving on. Seaside Kingdom was really good. I was even doing some speedrun strats. I was even going so fast that I forgot that I got 2 extra moons that I didn't even need. Luncheon Kingdom was overall pretty good. I beat the boss in not a lot of time. I lost some time with a turnip. I blocked a person in chat twice. And I even collected the Salt Moon. Yes! Now it's Bowser's Kingdom time, and halfway through the kingdom, I already knew that my brother had beaten me, but I kept going anyways. And even though I thought it was going to be close, I spent 16 whole minutes on the Mecha Brutal fight. That was definitely the biggest time loss of my entire speedrunning experience. Not just in this speedrun, but in every speedrun I've ever done. That was just a really sad moment. But now, it's time to go to Moon Kingdom, the end of the game. Oh, yes! Moon Cave skip, let's go. Boom! Now that Bowser was defeated, the only thing left to do was to beat the game. And that I did with a not very good time of 2 hours, 22 minutes, and 17 seconds. Yeah!